Hi, I'm Chuck with IWS Sales. I'm the guy that over 20 years ago started this company. We took it, the ground was nothing but sagebrush when me and my wife moved up here, and we borrowed some equipment from the ranch and came up here and started building our dream. My son has reached out and he asked me if I'd do a video and to really share with people why you should buy from us. And I've been thinking about this for quite a while, but really it just boils down to the most basics of things, and that is that we're going to do what we say we will. We're going to treat you with honesty and respect. All these things that we learned when we were little kids, we just continue to do it. I grew up in a small ranching community called Bruno, Idaho, where there was very rural. In fact, only 34 kids went to my senior class in my high school. And I went back and spoke the other day down there at an event, and I said, a lot of people say I'm successful, and they're surprised to find out that I didn't go to college or anything. And I said, everything I needed to learn, I learned down here in Bruno from all these ranchers and their husbands and wives that growing up taught me the value of just being a man of integrity. I've taught all my sons, you're either a person people can count on or you're not, or you either have integrity or you don't. And for us, it's that simple. We just are going to be here when you need us. We're going to do what we say we will. And we're going to be somebody that you can count on. And that's really all it boils down to. But my son asked me to go a little bit further and kind of talk you through or walk you through a bunch of the other things that, I guess when the camera goes off and the discussions occur, we talk about all the great things that are going on here at an organization that maybe people don't know about. So we were going to just kind of walk through here and tell you some of the other great things maybe that people don't know at first glance about our company. As I mentioned earlier, over 20 years ago, we started this company. I think it's interesting to point out that, we've been here in this same location actually for over 25 years. And something that's pretty interesting to me is a lot of the customers that were with us 25 years ago are still buying their tow trucks with us today. And that's something I'm quite proud of, to be able to hang on to a customer for that long. When we started out all those years ago, the vision was simple. Just do the absolute best work you can possibly do. And one of the things that I learned from being a tow truck driver and building trucks for people is I learned very early on that the quality of trucks we build has a direct impact on the quality of our customers' lives. I'm going to give you an example. Up our road here, just out from our shop, is Highway 20, and pretty soon, in just about 30 minutes, you're up in the mountains, and there's a really steep hill called Cat Creek Summit. And I always tell everybody, I tell all of our mechanics and the salesmen that come here that, if we sell a tow truck to a customer and either he or she at 3 o'clock in the morning is on side of the road in the middle of a blizzard on Cat Creek Summit and their emergency lights go out because we did a poor job of wiring it, they could lose their life. And if not their life, maybe their livelihood. I know from experience of owning a tow truck, that's how I raised my family and put them through school, that the truck is one of the most critical components of being a successful towing company. If you don't have a tow truck running, you just can't get out and do the tows. So we learned early on how to maintain customers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we really understand the importance of getting them back on the road. For us, it isn't just a tow truck, it's a way of life. We've transitioned that exact philosophy over to motorhomes. Part of the reason that I'm selling motorhomes right now, well, the main reason is I couldn't find any service local. I couldn't find anybody. When my wife and I went to buy our first motorhome, the price of it was more than we spent on our home. It was the single largest purchase we were ever going to make in our life. And the salesman puts you in a golf cart, they're bouncing you around. What do you want? I didn't even know what a AquaHot was or a macerator, and they're asking me questions that I couldn't possibly know the answers to. So everything we've ever done in business is a direct result of believing that we could do it better. That's why we got into building tow trucks. That's why we started a manufacturing company making towing equipment. We just keep evolving, and I tell everybody it's our way of eliminating excuses. We just get tired of people letting us down over and over, so we eliminate those excuses. That's why we've invested in this recording studio, so we can get these messages out. I think we were one of the first to really come to the industry and do a long play video of a motorhome, because I know if you're sitting in a home, on the East Coast or 2,000 miles away, or heck, if you're 100 miles away and you're about to spend, $200,000 to $500,000 on a motorhome, you really want to know what you're buying, and you want to be very informed, and there should not be any assumption on our behalf that you know everything there is to know about motorhomes. We walk a slippery slope. We want to make sure that we're informing you of all the options, and that you never once feel that we're trying to upsell you. That's never our goal. But some of the things that we get into is regrets. So as some of you know, I'm an avid jet boater. And when it come time to build my last custom jet boat, I upgraded the jet pump, and it was a lot of money. It was $10,000. And I told my wife, I says, when we're in Hell's Canyon in the middle of a rapid, I'm never going to say, boy, I wish I would have bought a smaller jet pump. I don't want any regrets. When people buy a tow truck from us, or somebody buys a motorhome from us, I don't want you 2 years down the road saying, geez, I wished I would have known that I could have got more horsepower, or I wish I would have known about AquaHot. That's things that we take very serious here, and we're going to make sure we do everything in our powers to make sure you're very well informed and that we walk you nice and slowly up the road, because this is a lot of money. Not only is it a lot of money, this is a big deal. This is a major purchase for most of you. Most of you have been spending your whole life waiting for this moment. When it all comes together, you've finished your career, it's time to buy this motorhome and go live that next stage of your life. And to make sure that we guide you and get you going down the road is something that's very rewarding for me. People that are going to spend this much money, you should be able to sit in a motorhome and just kind of absorb it all for an hour or two. We have people that stay here 2 and 3 days, and that's fine. We just want to make sure you have no regrets when you leave here. Another thing that I think we should talk about is service. So we had a guy from Texas the other day. He says, well, I'm worried about buying from you guys because, you're not anywhere, you're so far away. And I said, well, you understand when most people break down in their motorhome, they're never near their home. So that's where we shine. I don't believe there's a RV distributor or RV dealer in the world that has more connections across the country with towing companies and truck shops than IWS does. We've been doing this for, as I said, over 25 years in the tow truck industry. We've sold tow trucks as far as Trinidad, the West Indies. This is what we do. This is our life. This is our everything. So if you're driving down the road and you break down, we give you our cell phone numbers, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can look at the testimonials on YouTube of people that have called us in the middle of the night and couldn't get their motorhome to move. And we're like, hey, did you push the brake in before you hit the drive button? All of these things just begin to add up, and it builds loyalty, and it's enjoyable for us. Do you know how good I feel, or one of my staff feels, when they come in the morning and say, hey, so-and-so called me last night and I was able to help them out. That's what we're really good at. When you buy the motorhome, that's just the first part of the sale. And that's really kind of the easy part. That's just us doing a transaction. One of the things too, when it comes to a transaction, my son's always dreaded going by in a pickup with me because I'm a deal guy. When you make a deal with somebody, you've made a deal. And if I go in to buy a vehicle and the car lot changes the deal on me, I just get up and leave. And that's why it's so important to me that the deal doesn't change when you get here. We just don't do all of these gimmicks. We just do the right thing, and it just works. It's easy. It should be easy to do business with somebody, and that's something we pride ourselves on. But getting back to the service, our shop, it's hard for everybody to understand this, but IWS, or Idaho Wrecker Sales, as we were known for years, we've won industry awards for building some of the best tow trucks in the entire world. I personally got inducted into the International Towing and Recovery Hall of Fame. I say that, and I really want to follow that up with an Isaac Newton quote that says, if I've ever been able to see further than others, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants. And that is the crew that we have here. All the success we've gained is from them and our customers, building absolute world-class tow trucks for people that make their living day in and day out on the road. Our shop is just absolutely second to none, and the passion that these guys have for what they do. I mean, who doesn't want to wake up and come build trucks for a living? It's just absolutely something that's very rewarding. I apologize for going on and on. I just get so passionate about what we do. I really believe with all my heart that we're a company that's going to take care of you. It's really hard when you're on that side, looking at me thinking that, well, he's just another salesman. But, we've been doing this for a long time, and our desire to want to help people is something that just kind of fuels the passion. It's kind of what gets us up in the morning. I just wanted you to know you have my personal commitment to our company's values and to your buying experience. And I really just want you to know that I'm going to make sure personally that buying from us is an enjoyable experience. Thanks for your time.